What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Professor Anime coming back at you with another video. In today's video, guys, I'm here to bring you all my first impression / review of the very first episode of Trigger's new anime called Kiznaiver. So, let's get this started. So, this first episode of Kiznaiver was pretty decent. I actually like the start of this series. It seems pretty interesting so far, and I gotta say, like, the story, how everything is playing out, reminds me so much of Persona 3. If anybody has played Persona 3, I'm pretty sure you will get what I mean by that, because, like, it reminds me so much like that game. It really does. Also, when it comes to the animation in Kiznaiver, I gotta say, it's completely different from what you would expect Trigger to do. It almost looks like something more like, I may be going out of my way here to say this, but something more like Gainax's work. That's just my personal opinion, because Trigger, they usually do the wacky style animation. I mean, we got that in Kill la Kill, and their new anime short called Space Patrol Luluko, which looks exactly like Kill la Kill, but this looks completely different. However, the main reason why it probably looks so different compared to Trigger's other work in the past is probably because of the fact that this series is actually taking itself a lot more serious compared to something like Kill la Kill or Space Patrol Luluko. So that is most likely the reason why the animation, is different. So what is Kiznaiver about? So we have it to where we have our main male character named Katsuhira. He is pretty much, someone who has grown up without feeling any pain whatsoever. And it looks like he did have some sort of troubling past with some sort of girl. I don't really know exactly the details of what gone down, because actually the beginning of this episode is pretty much the only time we actually got to see that all go down, and it was pretty vivid, like how everything played out. But basically, I guess as he was a child, he ended up being captured and experimented on, and I guess he became part of this thing called the Kiznaiver system, or the Kazuma system. I can't remember the name of it. The Kizuna system, that's what it was. So what is the Kizuna system? So the system is basically an incomplete operation program that is for the use of the implementation of world peace by sharing wounds through certain individuals who are connected with this program. So let me explain this a bit. So at the end of this episode, we have it to where Katsuhira and some of his other friends, the other cast members of this series, end up becoming part of the Kizuna systems. And anyone who is a part of this system is known as Kiznaivers. Now, when a Kiznaiver is wounded, someone who is a part of the Kizuna system ends up getting affected by that person who ended up receiving the pain firsthand. So basically, we have it to where the pain will end up transmitting and dividing upon the other members who are a part of the Kizuna system, and the pain will affect them as well. So it's almost like, I don't know how this is meant to, like, try to regain world peace, but like, how are you gonna live through this? I mean, it's like a never-ending cycle of pain once you think about it. I mean, before we had it to where our main character, he's introduced in the beginning of this episode as being bullied by these two students, and he's just showing no amount of emotion to the pain he is receiving at all. But by the end of this episode, we have it to where he is going to end up receiving pain, but it's got, like, this seems like a double-edged sword kind of system, because while it does seem like it's a system that, I guess is to try to, implement or try to regain world peace, if at all, then at the other same point of the spectrum, we have it to where this system, could end up pulling pretty much all of these characters within the cast in danger, because they're all being affected by pain. And how exactly are they going to go about, fighting whoever they are going to end up fighting, because if someone ends up receiving pain constantly, that person could end up dying. So if they're all receiving the same pain, if one person dies, wouldn't that mean that all the Kiznaivers that are connected within the system will end up dying as well? That's a theory. Oh, I gotta say though, but Fairy Girl, best girl. So yeah, guys, that about does it for my first impression slash review of Kiznaiver. I really hope you enjoyed it. I mean, I'm just really excited to see, you know, where this series is going to lead. I mean, it had a good start. It seems pretty interesting, and this is by Studio Trigger, so I expect to see some pretty awesome stuff later down the line. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on what you thought about this episode of Kiznaiver, and of course, if you like this video, don't forget to drop a like. I would greatly appreciate it, and if you want to stick up to date with future content on this channel, please hit that red subscribe button below, and you will never miss a video from me. That about does it for this video, guys. Love you all, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.